Hi, I'm Matt Jones and you've been watching Sporting Icons.
Alright, Matty, John, always good to see you fellas.
And you, Martin?
How we doing, mate?
So the fight night's finally here. It was supposed to be the Sunderland Stadium of Lights, but as Phil said, they decided to play City Houses. But now you can go back to your haunting ground of Rainton Meadows Arena.
Yeah, it's a great arena as well, the boxing, to be fair. I feel a little bit sorry for Phil, because he's done his summer rumbles there for quite a while now. It would have been nice for him to go out this year on it, which he said was going to be his really last big one, So feel a little bit sorry for Phil there. Pity the stadium couldn't be a little bit loyal for this year for him, but things happen, so it's the way it is, isn't it? But next year, who knows, St James's Park for us.
Does it feel like a little strange that it's Matt Joe's promotion Summer Rumble rather than Phil Jeffries' Summer Rumble?
I don't know really, because I think the Summer Rumble is more like implemented with Phil, so we'll have to come up with a change of name if it happens in Newcastle,
Anyway, John, now you're the strength and conditioner. You're there with most of Matty's fighters and that. How's Matt McCallum? How's Nathan? How's everyone?
Everybody's working well, just like all the Jovians lads, workhorses. Always do what I ask them to do, always put that extra 1% in. Fit, strong. I've been working a lot on Matt's more speed this time round. His tanks, the best as ever. And you'll be in for a few surprises on fight night, definitely, yeah. He's a lot stronger this time round. He's hitting heavy with each hand. And his engine's just non-surpassed. Brilliant.
Now, one of the many things I like about your shows, Matt, is that you always put on competitive fights. Win, lose or draw, they're going to be competitive.
Yeah, and that's what was said from the beginning, Martin, and you now, because you were there at the beginning, so we always want competitive fights on the show if we can. And that's down to a lot of the matchmaking as well. Jax understands exactly what we want. But also as well on this show, if you've noticed, I've only got one of my fighters on it. So who I train, obviously I've got Aaron on who I manage, but I'm only going to be in the corner for one fight on that night. And that's when also what was said when we started out at Jobs was we'll try and help and promote every single fight in the northeast of England to get them up on the ladder and take them to the next stages. And if they move on to fight for bigger titles on bigger shows, hats off to them, but at least we can say we played a part in that,
I mean, will you be looking at your next fight to get more of your lads out?
Yeah, probably, yeah. Like I said, we've been on the road a couple of times as well lately, with Callum and Nathan as well. So if I need fighters out, hopefully I am liking the sport. I think I am. I like to think I am anyway. So I've got a lot of friends out there, and just conduct yourself professionally, Martin. And when you need favours to get your fighters out on other people's shows, just a phone call away, and the other promoters and managers are willing to help out as well now. So hats off to them.
Now this main event is a very, very tasty fight, isn't it? But obviously, you guys are team Matt McCallum, but Adam Hepple is no joke though, is he?
No, he's a strong, fit fighter. I respect his fitness, I always have. But in my eyes, he's a one-trick pony, and Matt's just progressed levels above him. No disrespect to Adam, but this time around, Matt's always strong, he's always fit, but this time around there's something else. I've made him a little bit more mean, a little bit more spiteful, and he's just going to perform really well on the night. Totally confident.
Look, I never take anybody lightly, me, Martin. Boxing's boxing at the end of the day, and anything can happen. But all I can do is prepare Matt the best he possibly can prepare him for that night. And looking in the training camp, what he's been doing, and the quality of spawn. I know people might say it's only spawn, but it's not only spawn, because you've got to look who you're in with, right? And on paper, right, you've got a kid here who's come from 12-0 as an unlicensed fighter, and he's in spawn Callum Smith, Denzel Bentley, Felix Cash this weekend, Mark Dickinson. You've got to look at the quality of the spawn that this lad's getting. Zach Chelly, Aston Brown. It's the list's endless, like top fighters who Matt's been spawned with,
That's the right way to do it though, isn't it? I mean, up here in like the northeast, we are kind of like out the way. So at times fighters need to travel, and that's exactly what Matt and that does.
Matt will travel anywhere to spawn. He's, like I say, he's back down in London this weekend to do some with Denzel and with Felix. So it's like, you know, Matt will go anywhere in the country for spawn. If there's top spawn there, Matt will go and perform to his best abilities. And I'm not just saying it, but you can ask these lads and their trainers as well, you know, how Matt's been getting on with them themselves. And they'll not lie, because he's done really, really well, you know.
So, not too long, fight night will be here. It's going to be an exciting show, as it always is on your shows, that's for sure. How you doing with tickets?
Couldn't tell you, Martin. I couldn't really tell you. I'll leave all that side to Danny and all that. You know me, mate. I'm too busy in the gym. So, but it looks like it's gone really well, mate. Really well.
Oh, unfortunate news with Jamie King.
Yeah, unfortunately, Jamie. I haven't had time to speak to him in person yet. So I'll be catching up this week with Jamie, and you know, it's massively sad. You know, I knew he had been struggling for a while, hence why we didn't really push him into fights. But when the diagnosis came through, what can we do? You know, these things happen in life. You know, as long as he's safe and well, that's the main thing. You know.
Because I heard that originally it was going to be Jamie King versus Michael Webster you guys are looking at.
Yeah, it was arranged. That fight was going to go ahead, yeah. Both parties, me and Mick, were quite happy to let it go ahead. Both boxers wanted it. And I think that would have been a good fight as well, you know.
You have a date for your next fight night?
It looks September time. We did pencil in the 2nd of September, but something might be happening elsewhere in the country for our fighters on that night. So we're looking to be changing that. But it will be September, then October the 21st, and then December the 9th back at the Hilton for a dinner show.
Oh, wow. So going to be busy then. Are you still enjoying it though?
Yeah, it's great. You know, my enjoyment is when I see like the lads actually getting out there and being able to box, because we know how hard it is for them to get out there, you know. So, and that's not just my boxers, it's like anybody that we're trying to promote on our shows, you know, get their careers up and running, you know. Like Bobby Dalton today travelled all the way up from Middlesbrough, you know, right into Newcastle, on the outskirts as well, Walton today. So hats off to Bobby, you know, for coming up and trying to promote his own career as well.
All right, and lads, you guys want to finish up on anything?
No, I just like I said, Matt's worked very hard in this camp. We're just looking forward to a good win on the night.
I hope everybody turns up on the night and sees an absolutely cracking show. Everybody goes home safe and sound. None more than the fighters that night, because I know how tough this sport is. So let's hope everybody leaves it in a safe condition. Also, I'd like to give a big massive shout out as well to Terry Nelson. Come on board as a sponsor a few years ago. I can say he's more than a sponsor to me. You know, he's. I feel like I've known Terry all my life, you know, and he's a massive, big friend of mine. And I really love the man to bits. What he's done for the fighters in our club and me personally as well. Big massive thank you to Terry, you know, because everywhere we're going, Terry's there and he's always helping out and supporting us. So thank you to Terry.
Spawn. All right, and guys, I shall catch you soon.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Cheers.